I just came from the airport and the custodian that puts the soap in the dispenser had the nerve to ask me for a tip. Tipping has gotten completely out of control everywhere I go. I mean, everywhere somebody got their hand out for a tip. You buy something and they spin that little screen around. 20%. Brother, you just put fries in my bag. Why do I owe you 20%? And sometimes they want the tip even before the service is done. Hold on. I'm tipping you before you even did something. What am I tipping you for? Because somewhere along the way, we forgot what the tip was supposed to be. I thought it was for a service, maybe even extraordinary service. You went above and beyond. You did something that made me say, you know what? I'm going to give you a little something extra. But now people want extra just for doing the job they already get paid to do. And I'm starting to wonder, when did doing your job become going above and beyond? Look, I went to the barber to get my hair cut and he mad at me. He got his hand out because he wanted tip. Somebody got to explain this to me. My barber is the owner. He's the operator. He owns the chair. He owns the clippers. He sets the appointment. And most importantly, he sets his own prices. You told me the haircut was going to cost $50. I didn't negotiate with you. I didn't come in there talking about, look, I'm going to give you 37 and some coupons. You said 50. I said, okay. So I give you $50. And now I'm supposed to give you another $10 tip? What the hell was the $50 for? If you need $60 to cut my hair, just charge me $60 and I'll decide if it's worth $60. But don't tell me it's 50 and then get mad at me and make me feel cheap because I didn't magically know the real number was 60. But a good barber, he remember how to cut your hair. He takes his time. He gives you good service. I agree. And if my barber squeezes me in at the last minute, he stays late for me, he does something extra, I can understand giving him a little something extra. That is what makes it a tip. Doing your job earns you your pay. Doing something beyond your job is where the tip starts making sense. But apparently, that's not how it works anymore. I went through the automatic car wash with the benzo. The guy standing there just presses the button to let me in. That's it. And there's a tip jar. Brother, I pressed the button to roll down my window. We even. What did you do that requires additional compensation from me? And I just went to go buy some shoes. I was in Foot Locker. I tell the guy what shoe I want. He goes in the back, he gets my size and he brings it out. But it's the wrong color. I tell him, look, that's just the wrong color. I wanted the black and white ones. So he goes back and he brings me the right color. And now he want a tip. For what? That's your job. I didn't ask you to go to Vietnam and manufacture me another pair. You walked in the back. You went in the stock room. If you didn't go get the shoe, how the hell was you going to sell it to me? And then I'm driving the benzo downtown. I find me a parking space. I back up to the parking space. I know how to park. I'm doing fine. And all of a sudden, a dude come out of nowhere. He behind my car. I didn't ask him to be there. He's just starts doing this. Come on. Turn. Stop. I got mirrors. I got a backup camera. The car is beeping. I have more technology helping me park this than NASA had putting people on the moon. I didn't need you. I don't need you. I get out. This man want a tip. You created a job that I never hired you for. It's like you broke into my house. You wash my dishes and then you leave me an invoice. Hell, pretty soon, you're going to be asking somebody for directions. Look, excuse me. I'm a little lost. Can you tell me which way Main Street is? Yes, sir. It's 2 blocks down and you make a left. Thank you. Here's the tip jar. The tip jar? It was just a quick question. I got to pay you for directions now just for pointing? Look, this is what we forgetting. It's about performance. There was a difference between what you paid to do and what you did so well that somebody voluntarily wanted to give you more. Now the tip is expected, sometimes before the service even happens. Think about how backwards that shit is. You want me to decide how much extra you deserve before I know how well you're going to do the job. What's the incentive? If I give you 25%, whether you great, average, slow, rude, attentive, or completely ignore me, what exactly did that 25% reward? Absolutely nothing. It became an expectation. And that's what bothers me more than the money. It's the idea that simply doing what you're supposed to do now deserves some extra. Maybe this is really the participation trophy generation. Shh. Everybody gets a trophy just for getting on the field. You press the button. Oh, you get a trophy. You brought me my shoes. You deserve a trophy for that. You cut my hair at the price you chose. Oh, that's a first place trophy. And at some point, we gotta be able to say, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Thank you. And that's it. That's it. Look, that don't mean people shouldn't make good money. If my barber is worth $60, man, look, charge $60. If that employee deserves a raise and deserves more money, pay that dude more money. But stop quoting me one damn price and then using guilt to collect the real price. Because I finally hit my breaking point at a nice restaurant. My bill was around $200. Okay, it's a nice restaurant, good food, good atmosphere. And then I look at the check. There's another $50 for gratuity. Okay. I'm already not crazy about automatic gratuity because now you deciding for me what the service is worth. But okay, fine. But then the waitress tell me, look, that gratuity is not my tip. Excuse me? Squeeze me? See, she explains that the gratuity they had to split. She got to split with the hostess, the busboy, and the other people in the restaurant. So she basically telling me I should leave another tip specifically for her. Now it's $90 on top of my $200 bill. And the service wasn't even all that damn good. But here's the bigger question. Why am I responsible for everybody in this damn restaurant? Tell me what the damn dinner costs. If it costs $225, tell me $225. If it costs $240, tell me $240. If it's $295, put $290 on the damn menu and let me decide whether I want to eat here or not. But don't tell me $200. Add $50 when the check comes out and then explain to me that the $50 really ain't even a tip. And then look at me like I'm cheap because I don't want to add an additional $40. Because now we're not tipping anymore. I'm doing your payroll and I'm not an accountant. I didn't work here. I didn't come here for HR in this restaurant. I'm not against tipping. I'm a good tipper. I'm against turning a voluntary reward into a mandatory expectation because once it's expected, once it's automatic, once you deserve it, whether the service is great or terrible, what exactly is tipping rewarding? A tip should mean something. You took care of me. You did something extra. So here's something extra for me. That's appreciation. But if I owe you extra just because you showed up, that shit ain't appreciation. That's entitlement. And if everybody gets something extra just for doing exactly what they supposed to do, then nothing is extra anymore. So I'm curious, where does everybody else draw the line? Who do I tip? Am I supposed to tip my barber? Am I supposed to tip the person who just handed me some coffee? The guy that pressed a button to get my car washed? And when that screen comes asking 20, 25, or 30%, what are you actually tipping? Because what did the person actually earn? What did they do to earn it? Or if you tipping because you don't want the person standing in front of you to think you cheap. I don't give a fuck. I'm cheap. If you have to guilt me into giving you something, stop calling it a tip. Just call it the damn price. No matter what. Stay sharp, stay strong, stay fearless. Because you either be fearless or you're going to be forgotten. But you won't be forgotten if you give me that gratuity, that tip, and hit the Cash App, baby. Give me a tip. I just gave you a lot of good information. We out.